Hey everyone, it's Ally and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a long-awaited Dua Fragrances haul. I know I've been talking about it for a hot minute, but I finally did it. I bought some Dua Fragrances. It's been a while since I've done a Dua haul. I haven't done one in I think a couple years, honestly, since I was up north with my ex-husband. And I sort of stopped doing Dua hauls after all that crazy stuff had happened up north and my divorce and all this stuff. And I've been sort of out of the game for a hot minute, but I'm back at it. I've got a Dua Fragrances haul and I'm super excited to get into these fragrances with you guys. I have 5 fragrances from their Dua designer line. If you don't know what that is, it is their specific line of duping sort of more designer type fragrances, and they do them for a really good price. They all are $33 each from the Dua designer line. Typically their fragrances are around 50 something to 60 something for a 1 fluid ounce, so 30 ml. But the Dua designer line starts at 33, making them a lot more affordable than the other ones that they offer. Still really affordable though. I bought all 5 of these during a sale, so they had like if you spend $150, you get 30% off, I believe. And it was like buy or like 150 save 30 or something like that. I can't remember the coupon code, but they have sales pretty often, especially on the weekends. So if you've wanted to try them out, wait for a weekend, check out if they have a sale, and you can usually save yourself around 30% off using their coupon codes that they have on the site. And yeah, that's what we're gonna get into today. Something I love about Dua Fragrances too is that a lot of the time they do the DNAs of fragrances that don't last at all on my skin, that are very fleeting. And a lot of the times there are certain niche fragrances that just have poor longevity and don't last at all. Dua fragrances are all extrait de parfum, so they are basically crafted to last on your skin. They are the highest concentration of oils, and they do such a good job of duping fragrances. And a lot of the times, if I don't want to blind buy a fragrance because I just don't know if it's going to be good, I'll get the Dua version, and if I like that DNA, then I'm more prone to actually going out and buying the actual fragrance and to support that brand. But a lot of the time, I'd rather just buy the Dua because it's also fun to buy the Dua fragrances and it's kind of addictive, I'm not gonna lie. But like I said, I have 5 that I'm gonna talk about, starting with the first one, and that is the Dust of Delight. It looks like this. This is supposed to be a dupe of Happy Dusk by Narcotica. You've got bourbon vanilla, you've got mango coconut water, mate, you've got vanilla again, matcha tea, brown sugar, star jasmine, more vanilla, tonka bean, sandalwood, white musk, and Peru balsam. And you guys, this is gorgeous. First off, I love the new wooden caps that they have. They didn't have the wooden caps back when I was buying. It was still the little plastic caps. I really like this little touch. And you guys, the sprayers on these, look at this. Fine mist. That is delightful. Oh, and this fragrance is delightful. No wonder they call it Dust of Delight. If you love vanilla fragrances, then you are gonna love this one. You definitely get that sort of rich bourbon vanilla, but you don't lose the sort of fruity component of the mango. I found that this mango note is very mango dessert, almost like a mango sticky rice. But this smells like a fluffy dust cloud of vanilla that was mango sticky rice scented. That's kind of what this vibe gives me. It gives me vanilla, it gives me mango, it's fluffy, it's a little, dusty and powdery at the same time. It really does have this sort of dusty effect. This is so gorgeous. It's rich, it's dense. This smells like a bakery somehow. This is a really beautiful, rich, luxurious smelling vanilla that kind of puts a smile on my face, if I'm honest. I could see why Happy Dust has such a following. It's a fragrance I've wanted to try out for a while. I haven't gotten my nose on it, but I'm really happy I have the Dua version because, like I said, extrait de parfum. This is built to last, and this is so addictive. You have that really beautiful mango nuance. That coconut, it really works well with the sort of bourbon vanilla. It adds this smooth sort of dense vanilla quality to the fragrance. It's just really rich and opulent. This is really, really gorgeous. I definitely get that matcha tea. It's definitely giving matcha, and I love matcha. The matcha in this kind of reminds me of Killian's Princess, the OG formulation in the little round bottle, not the new one. Oh my gosh, it smells like if Killian Princess had a baby with like, oh, with like a mango sticky rice dessert and you turned it into like a dust cloud. Ooh, that's what this gives me. I know that's a weird description, but it's really addictive, really pretty. And if you like the sound of that, then do yourself a favor and look into this one, Dust of Delight. So good. The sillage and longevity on that one are insane too. Like they last all day. The next one that I'm going to talk about is called Miss Independent. Basically the same bottle, same wooden cap, but like a different design. And this is a clone of Penhaligon's Changing Constants. Now, Changing Constants is a fragrance that I owned a decant of. I love this fragrance. First off, I think this fragrance is amazing. The only problem with Changing Constants is that for a lot of people, it doesn't last on their skin. This, however, extrait de parfum, this lasts. When I first got this, it had a sandalwood note to my nose, or like this woody note that came off like sandalwood, but the pickly variety, kind of like in Le Labo. And I was kind of like, oh, that doesn't smell familiar, because I was very familiar with Changing Constants in that DNA. The opening when I first got this had a very pickly, sandalwoody sort of vibe. Within a day or two, that completely dissipated and I didn't have that issue anymore. And now, this is gorgeous. If you are a fan of fragrances like Minuet de Demi, or whatever it was called, the Demi rolling fragrance with Fragrance du Bois, I own that fragrance. I ended up selling it when I got divorced because I needed to make a quick dollar. This has a similar vibe to that, but in my opinion, this is so much better. That one has a little bit of a sharp kind of almost oudiness to it. This one doesn't have that. You have pimento, caramel, cardamom, salt, vanilla, tobacco, cashmere, and this smells magical on skin. This is so addictive. As it dries down, it becomes a little salted, and I get that sort of caramelly vibe with a little bit of spice. And the tobacco in this is so smooth and well-rounded, and this is so sophisticated. This smells classy, this smells rich, this smells bougie. This smells like money. This gives me old money. Like, if I smelled this on a woman, I would immediately be like, damn, she's got money, more than likely. Like, she smelled good. It has that sort of like sweetness that's a little bit dry, but still a little sweet at the same time, with that spice that's not overbearingly spicy. It has more of that pimento cardamom spice that you sort of find in Minuet de Demi. Oh my God, this is so addictive. This is one you have to try. I think it's currently sold out on their site, but when it comes back in stock, run and get it. This is a perfect fall winter fragrance. Same with Dust of Delight, perfect in the fall and winter. Absolutely addictive and so good, you guys. Longevity on this all day for me, even longer on clothes. The sillage, stunning, chef's kiss, so good. Oh, it's so good. I am so excited about the Dua designer line, you guys. You have no idea. Like, these fragrances, bomb. Bomb.com.org, .edu, .uk, .everything. Like, ooh. The next one that I'm going to talk about is called Sweet Milk. This one is their take on Milk by Commodity. This one has notes of marshmallow, toasted sesame, tonka bean, milk, and benzoin. And this is a milky fragrance. I'm not like wowed by it. I've smelled better milky fragrances, but it's nice. This dries down and has this sort of like almost clean, slightly sparkly vibe. It's definitely marshmallow, but it's more like a toasted, warm, like marshmallow, you know? It's definitely not a straightforward marshmallow. This has a little bit of depth. It has some woodiness in it. The mahogany is really pretty, mixing in with that sesame note. It's really nice. I don't get much of a toasted sesame. I get more of a like slightly sesame sort of thing going on. But mixing in with that sort of mahogany wood and that benzoin and that milkiness really makes it really pretty. This smells really good in the deep dry down. That's where I enjoyed it the most. I'm not the biggest fan of the opening. There's something a little bit synthetic-y and sharp about it. But if you love like a sort of fluffy, sort of toasted marshmallow type of scent that has a woody base that has this really addictive quality in the deep dry down, then this is a really good one. Again, this one was killer in longevity, lasted me all day. I had no problems with this one, and it is so good. Yeah, it's a little fluffy, but like in a toasted marshmallowy kind of way, with a slight woody base. Nothing spectacular, nothing like crazy, kind of a little basic, but honestly it's really nice, and I could see a lot of people really loving this. Now that I have this, I have no interest in buying milk by commodity. It was one that I had on my mind, but that's the other thing, is that I know I will use this, but it gives me a chance to sort of sample a DNA without having to commit to blind buying a pretty expensive bottle. I don't mind paying $33 for an extra version that's this size. It is honestly kind of perfect for me. Really nice though. I do like it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a cute fragrance. Now the next one that we're gonna talk about is called Amber Who Is Blonde. And this is their version of Blonde Amber by Clive Christian. Now this one is a really beautiful sparkling amber. Wow. I was really surprised by this one. I sort of blind bought this just for funsies. I just wanted to get another one so I could do the $150 coupon and save some money. You've got dried fruits, cardamom, bitter orange, olibanum, rum. You have ginger, pink pepper, bergamot, grapefruit, white tobacco. You've got tuberose, sandalwood, saffron, osmanthus, orris. You have tonka bean, labandum, vetiver, myrrh, patchouli, cedarwood, vanilla, and more musk in the base. There's a lot of notes in this fragrance, but this smells so beautiful. Even though it has all these notes, you'd think it'd be a lot heavier, but this is like a sparkling amber. This glistens to me. It's so pretty. I definitely get the dried fruits. It's so nice. I love the sort of dried fruit sort of feel that this gives me. And that cardamom mixing in with that rum and ginger gives it an effervescent sort of vibe that sort of fizzes and reminds me of, like, I don't know, almost like sparkles, like just sparkles, like sparkling light. This has a glistening quality to it, and I really enjoy the white tobacco. The white tobacco with that rum in this gives it this white smoke sort of quality that's really beautiful, really sophisticated and elegant. If you love warm ambery fragrances that are going to be perfect for the fall time, then you guys, this is a stunning option. I honestly didn't know what to expect with this one, and I was kind of blown away. I was like, wow, like this is a lot nicer than I expected. It's sparkling, it's super cute, it's warm, it's inviting, it's rich. This makes me want to like, come close and like cuddle. Like, it's just a beautiful warm amber fragrance. And if you're a fan of ambery fragrances, do yourself a favor and look into this one. This is marketed towards women, but I could see a man rocking this as well. But it does pull feminine. But keep in mind, if you love amber fragrances, this is a beautiful, easy to wear, non-challenging amber fragrance that isn't going to be overbearing and has a sort of sparkly, fizzy quality to it that is just really beautiful and just so pretty. 10 out of 10. I highly recommend Amber Who Is Blonde, and she is Amber who is out of stock on the site too, last I checked. So when she comes back in stock, you guys, grab you a bottle of Amber, because I don't know who this Amber bitch is, but she's good. She hooked me. I don't know. Get her. Oh yeah, she good. That dried fruit note in this is spectacular. It smells really expensive, but I really love how playful it is at the same time. 10 out of 10. Now the last one that I am going to talk about is called Forever Yours. It looks like this. It's really cute. If I can get this to focus on it. Cute little packaging. I was sold on it. This is a clone of For Your Love by Mise en Cire. And Mise en Cire is a brand I've been wanting to try for a while. And For Your Love was one of the fragrances that I really wanted to try. It has notes of raspberry, exhalotone. You have cachalox, I have no clue what the hell that is, chemical compounds, benzoin, and patchouli. So it is a sort of like synthetic-y fragrance that has notes of pretty much raspberry, benzoin, and patchouli. And I was really interested in what this sort of chemical-like fragrance would smell like. And to me, it's okay. It's not my favorite. I definitely get the raspberry. It's like a sparkling raspberry. I don't know how to describe this. It's clean. It almost has an aldehydic vibe that reminds me of like Chanel number 5, without smelling dated and like old, but it has a sort of more mature like vibe. It's clean. It has, like I said, these aldehydic-y touches. I don't know what xylitol or catalox are. I just know they're chemical compounds used in fragrance making. And this definitely has a bit more of a synthetic vibe, but it's fresh, it's clean. If you love a berry note, this has a really pretty raspberry note. But to me, it just smells a little bit like Chanel number 5, but with like raspberry, if that makes sense. And if that's your vibe, then you might really enjoy this. It has a classic flair to it, but to me, it's just a little too mature for what I personally like. And I tend to enjoy mature smelling fragrances, but I've never been a fan of these really sort of grandma-esque aldehydic type fragrances. Not to say that this is a granny fragrance, but like it definitely starts to veer into that territory, which isn't my favorite. It is playful, it is fun, it is sweet, it is cute. It dries down and becomes a bit better. It becomes like a creamy raspberry with a little bit of that richness from the benzoin, but I don't enjoy this sort of like chemically aldehydic vibe that it has. It's probably my least favorite in the bunch, but honestly, it's still a really good fragrance. Again, lasts a really long time, especially on clothes. The sillage on this is beautiful, and I'm really glad I got this and I didn't get the original OG, because like, it's okay. I'm not the biggest fan, but I'm not mad at it either. Glad I got to try it. I'll definitely use this up, but I'm not gonna be running to the store to buy For Your Love, because that has a hefty price tag. And y'all, I just moved into this house. Mama needs to save some coins so now I can get myself into a car, because I don't have a car yet. I'd just be walking everywhere and Ubering everywhere. But yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative. Definitely enjoyed getting these fragrances in my collection. I will definitely be getting more Dua fragrances real soon and doing another haul. I've got more stuff in the works for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video and it was informative. If you want to see more of me, you can always catch me on Instagram. I'm under Goddess on Neptune, same on Threads. And yeah, I will catch you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe and like. It really helps my channel out. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.